OK, time for a look at the weather now. Here's Thomas.
Hello. As forecast, this year's Valentine's Day was the warmest day of the year so far, with temperatures reaching between 16 and 17 degrees Celsius in mid-Wales, around Aberystwyth. Compare that to the average of only 8 degrees Celsius. But we didn't beat the record. The record was set in 1998 in Somerset, 19.1 degrees Celsius. Now here's the reason for the mild weather. Air's coming all the way from the southern climes. Canaries here, you can see Portugal, Spain, the Bay of Biscay, and the mild air has actually reached the Norwegian Sea as well. But it wasn't quite so mild everywhere. In fact, for most of us, it's around 13 degrees. Now tonight, light winds and clear skies, so once again temperatures will drop like a stone across England and Wales, close to freezing in some city centres. But out towards the west we have a weather front approaching, and that does mean milder, wetter conditions for Belfast and for Glasgow early on Wednesday morning, whereas you can see Norwich and London there close to freezing. Now this weather front will try to move across the country, but it's actually still bumping into this area of high pressure here. High pressure is when the air sinks, it's dry air from aloft, and it tends to squeeze the weather fronts out. So watch what happens. You can see here's that weather front, certain width to it, and then once it moves across Wales, reaches the Midlands, it pretty much gets squeezed out, gets rained out. Temperatures still around about 14 in London, but already a little bit fresher there in Glasgow, 9 degrees Celsius, more of a wind and also some showers on the way. Now here's a look at the forecast for Thursday. I think more of a substantial cloud cover across the country, some drizzly outbreaks of rain, let's call it, maybe a little bit of brightness developing, and the temperature's still on the mild side, around 13 degrees across southern and central areas, a bit fresher there in the north, closer to 8 to 10 degrees. And then Friday is set to be a very blustery day, particularly across the northern half of the country. We're expecting widespread gales, maybe 60 mile-an-hour gusts, perhaps more around some coastal areas. But later in the afternoon, this is the afternoon now, that low pressure should sweep out into the North Sea. So you can see a lot more rainy icons on the outlook here as we head towards the weekend. But it looks as though beginning of next week, it starts to settle down once again.